that the housing market doesn't care about you. And I know that that really hurts your soul because I hate to have to say it, but it's the God's honest truth. It doesn't matter when you get in or when you get out, but you have to get into it to be able to play the game and to have a little slice of the pie. So just for an example, a little story about how we got into the housing market. Back in 2011, we got married. 2012, we had our daughter. We were living with my brother and sister-in-law, and we were doing that to save money to be able to go buy houses. Both couples were doing this intentionally. So we were renting so we could go buy at the end of our lease. Well, we had a baby in the mix, and by the very end, it was pressing. We needed to do something. We thought we were going to be renting. Reached out to a realtor friend, and she was like, have you ever thought about buying? And we were like, well, between credit scores and a little bit of debt, like finances, I just don't even know that that's an option. Well, we tried it, and guess what? We were able to get into a house, and granted, this was 10 years ago, so pricing wise, bear with me a little bit here, but we paid $114,000 for a new construction. It was a 3-bed, 2-bath in a growing community, a little more rural area, and we got a good deal on it, don't get me wrong, but it was builder grade everything, top to bottom, builder grade. But we owned it. Like, it was ours. Granted, we mortgaged it, but it was ours. And we grew a beautiful family there, have so many memories, and we spent 10 years there. Now, you don't have to spend that long to get some equity, especially in today's market. But we stayed there and we did some renovations. We made it what we wanted it to be so we could enjoy it while we were there. Now, we did kitchen renovations, we did living room renovations, we redid the bathrooms, we put new flooring in, we did a lot of things. And fortunately for us, well, more so me, my husband knows how to do all this stuff. So it took time, but we really didn't have to come out a ton of out of pocket because we could do a lot of it ourselves. But we built more value in this house, and over the years, we started gaining more and more equity. By the time we sold this house, 10 years later, we actually just sold it in 2023, we had over $140,000 in equity. Now, I know, you're hearing that, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. Just pause, because understand that that is not always how it works, but you still have an opportunity to have a very good chunk of equity in a property that you can sell and upgrade later, or just move somewhere else that is more in line with what you have going on in life. Okay, so for us, we moved to a house that was not even 200 square foot bigger, but it had much more potential to expand. So there was a lot of different things in the house that we could change and renovate, but we loved the location, we loved the initial setup of the house, and it was just something that worked for us. But in doing that, we had to play the game. We had to be in it. Had we not bought that house when we did, we would never have had the equity that we had to be able to pay off our vacation home in Florida. We wouldn't have had the equity to be able to put down our down payment, to be able to pay the closing costs, to be able to wipe out some consumer debt, to be able to put money back into savings accounts, and then even some to be able to go ahead and start doing some renovations on the current house. So I say all this to give you the encouragement that the first house may not be your dream house. It may not be anything but a house, but it's a roof over your head, and it is an absolute investment into your future. And you never know, you might end up loving that house and then deciding, I don't want to go anywhere. I really do like the changes that we've made or the way that it is, and we're happy where we are, and you decide to build onto it or do a renovation or take out some kind of, you could do HELOCs, you could do, equity credit lines, things like that, and invest it somewhere else because you still have that equity. You can do a lot with home equity that doesn't involve you selling the house to be able to access it. My name is Morgan Rountree with Morgan Rountree Realty. I'm your East Coast Realtor. And if we have not met yet, let's have a conversation. Let's see where you need to go from here. Is it your first time buying? Or second or third? Is it time to sell and utilize that equity? What do you need in your life? Because I'm here to help you with that. I have lived it. I have been on all sides of it, and I can get you through the process with as much ease as possible. So I hope to hear from you soon.